Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to another, this isn't a 5-minute Friday, so that was wrong. Hi guys, welcome or welcome back. It is challenge review time. Oh yes, it's that time of the month. So let's get stuck in. Before we start, it is probably really important to remember the exact topic of the last challenge. So May's challenge was, of course, self-portrait, which I had an inkling would be terrifying for most people. I thought that the entries to it were going to be really low in number because it's, you know, scary thing, but I'm so proud of basically everybody for putting yourself forward to do this. So genuinely from the bottom of my heart, really massive well done and thank you. I also have loved seeing other people's shortlists before I've even recorded this video up on Instagram stories, which is super cool. Absolutely love that everybody's getting involved. It is super. So like I said, self-portrait was the topic. Now, we did also specify that you had to include the words self-portrait inside of the post itself so that I could actually see what was an entry and what was not. 99.999% of you guys did do that, so that's super, and we'll continue doing that for challenges in the future. Now you can skip ahead to look at the challenge topic for June. That's fine, but I would recommend that you don't, because you will learn stuff from this process. Now, because everybody is in these pictures, i.e. the actual people, I'm not going to go into as specific levels of detail because I don't think it's particularly fair. However, I'm still going to cover off all of the normal stuff. I have my sticky note. You can't see that one today, but I have my sticky note to tell me what is what, so we'll go through it. Just like normal, there is nowhere near enough time in these videos for me to be able to go through every single photo in detail to give a deep critique. That's what the deep critiques in the Premium membership, Premium Plus, are for. So instead, I've gone through our usual, for now, grouping method with these pictures. So on my screen right now, which you'll be able to see, are all of the challenge entries ready, pulled straight from Instagram that we are going to go through. So I have done a grouping. I'm not gonna lie, that has already been done, but I've got no idea who's won. So we're gonna go through all of that together. Now, like I said, I did group up. I'm gonna start with green group because, I mean, green group is one of the easiest, quickest gains. So these guys, genuinely, I can't even put into words how proud I am of everybody who's done this month. I really can't. So I'm just going to kind of, you know, continue. Now, these pictures, it's either an editing thing or a technical thing. And there's a couple a little bit later on that I'm going to pick up on, but they're in a different camp. So I just want to run through very briefly this image here of this wonderfully beautiful individual. You can see that the shot's okay. We've got a little bit of a crispy edge, but we're on Instagram, high degradation. I'm okay with it. I think there's maybe a blur being applied, but you know, I'm gonna discount that for now. My main thing is the white balance. So really, we're a little bit too green in this one. We needed a little bit of magenta for those skin tones, right? So probably somewhere around about there, so you can see the before and the after. Hopefully that is useful. This one here, I did have a play with. It's the same thing. So we need a little bit more magenta inside of this shot. Now, this is a really common thing. If you shoot with a Sony camera, remember that, remember the word, remember it. If you shoot with a Sony camera, 99% of your shots will be slightly too green, even if your white balance is balanced pretty perfectly with a grey carding camera. It's just, you know, the way the cookie crumbles with Sony. So just slide that magenta up a few points and you'll notice that your pictures improve dramatically. Gorgeous shot. I love this. Love the moment that's connected. This one I've got in here just because we have got no catch lights in the pupper's eyes, which is such a shame because it's a really sweet shot. I like the concept of it and the colors looking great on the skin tone. The whites are controlled. It's great. It's just we don't have enough light in the eyes. This one I think is a really interesting one. I'd love to know what your profession is because I feel like this is a bit of like a profession shot, if that makes sense. But the thing with this one is that the focus looks like it is behind the person's face. It just, the hair in the back here is sharper than the face itself. So it's just a little bit of a focus thing. This one, I know this person. I think that this is actually a really great shot of you. I think it's fab. I love the fact we've got both catch lights. Everything's well controlled. My issue that I have with it is that we have a bit of a halo happening around the shirt on both sides and also around the hair. Now, I'm wondering if you have done masking in this, and if you haven't, just check your clarity and texture sliders if you've used those instead, or a similar adjustment, because what that can do is it can like push the edges so that you end up with what I'd call peaks and troughs, or a halo, I guess, around the edge. So it could be a mask thing, could be something different, but that's me being picky Patricia. And I think, to be fair, I'm not going to say your name, but I would expect you would expect nothing less. Anyway, that's green group. I'm going to go to blue group, because blue group, like I said, guys, I mean, most of these are freaking amazing anyway. Blue group is more a compositional thing. Now, this one, I went backwards and forwards on it for so long about, do we put it in blue group? Do we not? Because I think the moment is perfect. I love it. I love everything about this. And now I'm feeling like I'm being a bit mean. Maybe I should move it back into a different camp. But for me, there's just a little bit too much space below. And I think this is a really good example of utilizing a compositional tool. So you've got this is the diagonal grid, right? You can press O on your crops and you'll end up at the diagonals, which is one of my faves. What I'm looking for here, you've got this perfect triangular shape, which, by the way, 10 out of 10. Just saying, 10 out of 10. If you lifted up the bottom, you would end up with your eyes, human, on that diagonal line and the back of the dog following, the same path. That tiny little shift on the bottom does make a huge difference to how the image feels, right? You see that? So it's such a subtle adjustment, but we're always learning, and I'm really sorry that I put you in blue group because I feel like you shouldn't be, but yeah, time for learning, to apologize. So this one is kind of similar. Again, we've got these triangles. The gaze of focus is gorgeous. This one, I just feel I wanted more on all of the sides. We're a little bit close to this side here with the little tail. This side is good, giving us a little bit more room, which is great, but I wish we had more of this up canopy. We've got the darker tree, and then I just want that to complete a little bit more above. So a little bit more on the sides and the top would have been 10 out of 10 for me. This one, I think, is such a super sweet moment. I think this is gorgeous. What a fantastic pair. You guys, such a good looking couple. I think you're gorgeous. But in this one, we've chopped off the human's foot, like the bottom part of it. It wouldn't really be possible in this shot, but if we'd have chopped off like above the ankle or above the knee or below the knee or somewhere where it's like a straight chop, that would have worked so much better. And so in this one, my brain is like, where's the foot? Where's the foot? Where's the foot? And I want the foot, the full foot. I'm really sorry that we're focusing on your foot. It's a great foot. I just really wanted all of it. And I think the dog is gorgeous. I just love this location. I think it's super sweet. And yeah, amazing work. This one, I love the leading lines in this. I think that they're great. I love your framing. I think the framing's super cute. I love the moment, the connection that we've got. It just is compositionally weaker. You've got a framing tree here, and you also have a mirroring one here, perfectly spaced. If we'd have cropped in on the right hand side to here and taken a little bit off the bottom, and also come in on the other side so that the tree framed it, now we're at a stronger composition, right? Let me show you before and after. Do you see the difference in that? So we're focusing the viewer's attention exactly where we want it to go, which is part of our job as photographers. I really love this. I think it's a super cool trick. I need to teach my dogs. Okay, so then we have yellow group. Yellow group is, by my sticky notes definition, lots to look at, which is probably the worst definition of what I'm trying to explain here, but my brain understands that. So in these pictures, you've nailed the self-portrait challenge 100%, but I'm struggling to find a clear focal point in the image because my eye's been pulled left, right, up, down. But these ones, there's just a little bit too much going on, maybe a little bit too much in the background, maybe a little bit too much around the edges, maybe a little bit too much in terms of the light, and I'm having to fight a little bit to look at the subject. I think this is a super cute selfie. I think this is gorgeous. The white light is just pulling me up. So it's not that there's loads to look at, it's just that my eye's going in a different direction. Great work. And also I love the fact that this is on, I think, a wing mirror, because objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. And I think that that's really cool, because I feel like loads of people know that phrase from, driving, adulting, life. So then we get into purple group. Purple group, is like the group where I was like, oh, these are amazing, but we can't just put a massive batch of these are awesome, but not just giving me just that little bit more. And I'm going to pick a couple of these. Mainly it's a case of where the eye's going, the focal point as in where you want the viewer to look. All of them super, super, super shots. Some particular favorites for me are like this one. There is a little bit too much to look at in this one with the background, hence why I put it into purple group. But I also freaking love it because I just think that you're here in this bit, and I just think it's great. I think it's so creative and I love it. This one here, I think is great, and I think whoever you are nailing it. In this one, it's black and white, but I feel like for me personally, for a portrait like this, I'd be wanting a little bit more grit. So I'd be going ahead and pushing those whites, right? And bringing those shadows down. Pushing the whites, bringing the shadows down. So we're kind of adding contrast in quite a specific way. And it will really just highlight all of those highlights and shadows, following, surrounding, hugging the form that is in the image, which is gorgeous. So that would be my thoughts on that one. Probably should have undone that adjustment, but I've left it. This one I think is so amazingly creative. I love it. I think it's super. I really, really like this. The thing for me on this one is that don't I? It's the highlights on the hair. Oh, I don't know if this should stay in this camp. Oh, dearie me, I think I might have to move you. Let me move you. All of the rest of these are amazing. It's just a case of where the eye is looking, just that kind of level of focal plane, or alternatively, it's a situation where we're maybe a little bit too wide, a little bit too close, a little bit too, I mean, this hand, I wish we were kind of all in and maybe tone it down a little bit. Yeah, basically me being picky and doing my job here, I guess. But I still think they're all amazing, and you just all should be so proud. And I know that that's not a consolation, but to me it is. So that leaves us here with these ones left. This is everything that was not in those sets earlier on, and these are my shortlist. And I think that they all are genuinely worthy winners. I think that the standard that is on my screen right now has not been seen before in a challenge. And so to everybody here, it genuinely amazing work. But I had to whittle it down to a short list. There was a couple of different little bits that I want to pick up on. I still will, but I did have to whistle it down. I know the photographer in this one. She's an MTOG, a really very nice person all round. I like nice people. What can I say? I wanted a little bit more from Unique. I wanted a little bit more punch, a little bit more grit in this, but I think it's gorgeous, well controlled on the highlights on your dog as always. A lot of others, familiar faces in here, some really nice creative ones as well that are super. So let's go through and look at the shortlist. So this is my shortlist, and I've not currently got any further than this. I look at this screen and I'm just in awe of you guys. I think you've taken the creative options, you've taken skill, you've taken your compositional skills, you've taken your retouching skills, and you have shown all of that in these pictures, and I think that they're all gorgeous. It's where do we go from here? This one here I want to pick up on just really quickly. I love this. The thing for me is that the ear is a little bit hot on this one, on this side of the face. I've left it in because it's still well controlled. It's still extremely well done. And then this one here, I'm just going to pick up on. This is so impactful. This is really strong. I love it. I absolutely love the makeup. I think that the composition is great. I would have loved this shoulder to be covered by your hair as well, but just a thought maybe for the future. The thing for me in this one is that we've got a little bit of haloing happening around the edge. Just needed to basically either reduce your vignette or move your vignette over the hair as well. But the center of this shot is so strong. Honestly, amazing work. So then where do we go? Where do we go from here? Well, from here, I'm supposed to pick a winner. So it's time to give away our pins. I know that was a pretty quick walkthrough, but I feel like we've still learned stuff, and that's the point. So we need to distribute the bronze pin, silver pin, and the gold pin to the winners of the self-portrait challenge. And this is going to be incredibly, incredibly difficult. I'm going to just go with my gut for the pictures that really hit me and they speak to me. And I really get a vibe of that person and what they're all about, because I think that that's really, really important. All of these could win gold, 110%. I have absolutely no hesitation saying that. I always drag this out because it's so painful. Okay, right, let's look at all of these one by one so that you guys can see. We've got this one, which I think is super. I also love the fact that we've got the other dog in here. I think that's cool. This one is this is so emotional. Honestly, this is so emotional. I love it. This one, I really like how it's been done. I really do like how it's been done. I like your composition of it. I think it's cool. Also, you have that many cameras, vintage cameras. I'm here for it. This just hits me in the feels on this one. Absolutely hits me in the feels. So well handled. I mean, how pretty are you? Like, seriously. Oh my goodness. All of you are just such beautiful people. I just can't even. I love the daisies in this one. Look at the daisies, and then we've got the daisy in the hair. I think that's absolutely gorgeous. A little bit too much open sky for me personally, but it does not discount from the incredible composition. There were two eyes. There was one with a horse, and I thought, how the heck did you get your horse to like just wait that close to your face? That just, I could not even imagine. I'd be like bribing with all the snacks. The reason why this one is here and the eye of the horse and you isn't is because it was just a little bit softer in terms of the detail that was in that than this one. I do love that one. This one, I really can feel it. I can feel it so deep. It's pretty good Rembrandt lighting. I'd love this highlight on the forehead to just be toned down a little bit, but it's really good. This one, the highlight on the side of the nose could just do with coming down a little bit, but great work in terms of capturing this in one shot, which you have said that you have done. So really, really great work. Okay, so that leaves us here, and now we need to whittle down. So I'm just gonna, oh, right. No, I don't like this part. Oh, do you know what? All of them are amazing. I think everybody who's on the screen right now, genuinely, just completely out of this world. The level, the quality in this is just so, so high. Everybody. But I'm just gonna have to pick because we're not gonna be able to pick it any other way. I'm gonna go with gold. I'm gonna go with gold because this one hits me in the feels so hard. I can't not do it. Silver, because everything is just so well handled. Oh, it just could be anybody. It could just be anybody. All of them? Can I pick all of them? I can't pick all of them. Oh, I just wish that these highlights in the trees were just a little bit less, or they'd been maybe replaced with some greenery or something in this one, because I just keep getting drawn to it. The daisies are amazing. Such a great touch on that one. This one, I love it. It's just a highlight. This one, it's again the highlight. This one, I just wish you're a bit closer and the highlight. So do you know what? Let me help my brain. Oh, brutal. Haloing, but so good. We've obviously already got that one and that one. So it's between this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. I love the creativity in this one. The detail in that hair is super. This is so well posed, human and subject, that I find that hard to ignore. This one, I just think that you're just the most beautiful couple I've ever seen. The plants that are in the foreground here, just drawing my eye a little bit too much. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, I've decided. Gold, silver, bronze. Very yellow. actually. I realised those two pics are both very yellow. And people in white. Didn't realise that until that moment. Strange. Strange. Now, that was my pick, but what was yours? If you had to look at this on the screen right now and you had to pick your 1, 2, and 3, gold, silver, bronze, who would you be giving it to? We've got top row, left to right, bottom row, left to right. So you tell me in the comments who you think it should be. Let's go and find out who these winners are. Okay, so the gold pin, I'm very sorry because I'm not going to get this right, is Brazoza Drummer, I'm going to guess. Absolutely amazing. I love it. I feel that. I feel it. I feel it so deep. Honestly, it's amazing. Silver pin went to Sabrina, I think. Do apologize if that's not correct. I absolutely love this. I think it's so well controlled. Amazing. And then bronze pen goes to Me Amor Coco. Does that mean I love Coco? So there is our gold, silver, and bronze. And that wraps up the May challenge review. So it's time to look at what the June challenge is. Now it's a bank holiday weekend here in the UK. So we're going to be going having a really fun time. And it is summer here. It doesn't matter if it's not summer with you because you can still do this one. We're going back to a previous challenge that we have run before because I want to give you guys a break after having this heavy challenge, which I know was stressful for quite a lot of you. And I know that you all put your kind of lives on the line for that one. I'm here for it and I appreciate that. So the challenge is warmth, which is, I think, everybody's freaking favorite challenge topic. There is no excuse for not putting something in this month. There just really isn't. And I'm really looking forward to seeing it. So what is warmth? What is warmth? What is our criteria? I'll include all of the entry instructions in the blog post that will be linked below. But before we do that, it's important to note that it's not summer everywhere. In Australia, it is winter. So it's not going to be sunshine and sunsets most of the time. However, you can portray warmth. You can also use an image that was shot anytime within the last 12 months to enter. You do need to follow all of the entry instructions that are in the blog post, again, that I'm going to link below, including putting warmth somewhere in the caption description in your post on Instagram, okay? So I'm wanting to see those pictures. Entries close last day of June at midnight UK time. So I'm really looking forward to seeing them. Hopefully something in this video is helpful for you. If it was, please, please, please do hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all of the other juicy bits and pieces because it really, really does help me out. So I'll see you next week with another 5-Minute Friday and we'll do this all over again in another month.